What's going on YouTube? It is your boy Chris back again with another video for you guys today. In this video I want to discuss all things around the market and just pretty much being a market watch. We got a few things to discuss in terms of Bundesliga rares, what came out today, icons, Bundesliga special cards, and some Serie A stuff as well to go with it. So if you guys do enjoy this type of content, drop a like and subscribe if you're new around here as well. So first thing I want to talk about is obviously what did we get today. In terms of content, I believe we got one of the two SBCs right here. It's Diaz or Quaison. I think either one we got. I forget. But the main thing we got was the Bundesliga 80 plus overall pick. Now, this is requiring 11 Bundesliga players. So EA have kind of kept up with their whole changing of the Monday SBC, but also having the same requirements as its league specific. So for me, if I were you guys, I would, for the short investment you guys can make coins on, Serie A rares under 1,000 coins and League on rares under 1,000. If you get any of those cards under 1,000, you're guaranteed to make coins because the Bundesliga rares stayed at 1.9 to 2K today. They actually didn't move at all. Like, you know, some cards went from 1.7 to 1.9, but for the most part, they really never exceeded 2.1K. So that leads me to believe that if you get in early enough, I know people are talking about it. I know the bigger YouTubers are kind of talking about this is an easy way to make coins. Get in on some of those cards, you know, around the 1.1 and under range. Like say, for example, maybe I look at like a Nandez here, right? How much does Nandez in the market go for at the moment? Yeah, see, this guy is still like, you could still snipe this card at a decent price. Like 1,200, 13. I still think you're good to get in if you want small profit. Like 1,200, 1,100. That's what I'd be looking for max on any Serie A special or rare. Sorry. So we got the Bundesliga upgrade today. Now we also got some things in terms of some icons, which is something to discuss. Because remember my last video, I made a video about the potential of icon SBCs that are coming back. I don't know if it's gonna be icon SBCs or whatever, but we actually did get a draft token SBC. Now, very, very weird for them to give out a draft token SBC, which required an 81 rated squad. But what they are advertising now, I think in the FUT Central, they are advertising prime icons in draft. Now, they've only done this a few times. I think this might be the only other time they've actually done it, where you can get so many icons. So if you look at my draft right now that I have saved here for the video itself, I have a bunch of icons. You know, I have Garrincha, I have Ronaldinho, I have Crespel Moments. I mean, I have about, in this full squad, we got 2, 4, 7, we have 10 icons in here. So, and they've also put in SBCs. So in my last draft, we were able to get Boateng flashback and also Marcos Alonso's flashback. So that is something new that they've put into draft, and obviously they said it's a limited time, but it's interesting to me because we went on a friend's account today, and I'm talking like all year, icons have not been supplied at all. I have not packed a single icon. I've done a lot of packs on other people's accounts, not like upgrades, but I'm talking like 100k packs, 125ks, rewards. I haven't seen one icon all year. We opened the first rare mega pack today, and my friend packs Prime Moments Del Piero. Now, I saw something on Twitter that said that the icon weight is going up and up. And I don't know like what's happening with these cards, but if you look at any icon that's on the market, the icons are getting supplied a lot. This is one icon that's honestly just taken like half his price, really. From May 8th all the way to the 19th, he is down to 434k. Now, if you guys are wondering why like the middles might be dropping and the babies might drop as well, is because if the primes and the prime moments are being supplied on the market more regularly and there's not as much demand as there used to be for those cards, they're going to drop, right? Which is going to make the other cards get squished, and you're going to see people starting to think, okay, for example, if the moments Blanc, which is 800,000 coins right now, think about that. That's 800,000 coins. This also could be Militao with Blanc, because Militao's made other center backs drop this year. But if you look at the prime is 495. Now, it's only a 60k gap between the middle and the prime. So as this prime keeps dropping, the middle is going to keep dropping with it. Now, obviously, the baby has a significant difference with him. And the reason for this card staying up at a certain price is because he's a cam as opposed to being a defender, right? So this guy's still 604k, but even when you look at it, that's still 60k less than where he was 5 days ago. So he is down a little bit from where he was. But I'm looking at some big drops, and this is majority center backs. But even if we look at maybe, let's just say a Del Piero, right? Del Piero's moments card is 123, and you know, look at this on Friday. He was 1-4, so he's down 170k, 160k in a few days here. And then let's just take a look at Del Piero's prime card, 420k for a prime Del Piero. That is from last week. He was about 500k on Friday, so that's down 80,000. And then if you look at the 90 card, which it's up a little, well, it's not up a little bit, but the baby in the middle are kind of cards that people like to use. You know, these guys were 700k, you know, very like not too long ago. So everything is down pretty much like 100,000 coins. And if you look at the if I can look at the icon index here, and let me just show you, we don't usually see an icon index like this low. Not, you know, the icon index is at 36 points now. 36 points. And if you look at the daily graph, what was it, on Friday? Yeah, Friday it was 40 points pretty much. And today it's down at like 35. It hit a low of like 35 today. If I look at yesterday's hourly graph, you know, went down to almost 34. And now it's up a little bit. So, you know, with the icons, I think people are getting prepared for what may happen this Wednesday. Apparently something's coming. And I think that the icon pack weight has been increased a little bit. Because it's that known issue that we were talking about before. It was like, people cannot afford these icons, but they're not being supplied at all. So for me, this is one of the most, like, for me, I haven't seen many more Cruyffs than this. And I'm recording this at midnight my time, which is like 6 a.m. So the fact that there's like, how many Cruyffs on the market right now? There is 7 Cruyffs on the market, a prime moments. If you look at a Sabio, how much do we have here? We have 3, which is not as much. If we look at prime Hullet, last time we looked, wasn't it 4 players on the market? Now there's about 7. So they increased a little bit. But even we looked at a card like Desai Moments, and Desai Moments was supplied quite a bit. If you look right here, and I know it's late night, but there's about a page and a half of him. So I think they are getting supplied a little bit more on this market. And we'll just see what happens Wednesday. Now, I know a lot of you guys have been asking me about the Bundesliga specials and like which cards to invest in. And obviously, it's hard right now because cards are already up in price. People have kind of like known about the Bundesliga specials going up on Thursdays. In my opinion, they're going to keep rising. But if something big happens Wednesday, everything in the market is going to drop. So it's your risk if you want to buy before Wednesday or not. Because we honestly don't know what's coming. If for all we know, it could be a kid SBC that's coming out this Wednesday. It could be icon SBCs. It could be a refresh. It could be something like a player pick system. It could be anything along those lines. So we don't know what's coming Wednesday. But if you want to buy beforehand because you think that the card's going to keep rising, well, I'll give you some players to look at. So these are prices you guys want to be looking at the moment on the Tuesday. And remember, we do have the guarantee pack coming out on Wednesday, which we will talk about that impact on that market. Thiago at 90k on both consoles is pretty good. If you take a look, by the way, which is pretty interesting to me, is he dropped from 103 all the way to 89. But the guy's starting to rebound already. And that is with Sabitzer being in the game. And that is with Witzel also pretty much attainable already. So the fact that this card's rising, man, you guys gotta get in about like 90k for each console. I like that a ton. He's even hit 100 during the day too. So take a look at Thiago. I like that, 90k. Try to see if you could find that price. I don't see a reason why, unless something big happens Wednesday. You guys will probably make coins on these cards Thursday, because he still gets links to players in the Bayern team. So I like that. Another card that I like is obviously past specials. Now, past specials of players in the team, right? Lewandowski's 2.8 million right now. And he's not going to go much lower than that. The lowest he could probably go is like 2.6, 2.7. This guy's 150 right now. Now, obviously, that's up a little bit, right? if you can get in at 140 on PS4, and if you can get in at like 135, which is what this price is telling me right now, 130 to 135, that's not too bad for Lewandowski. I think he could still rise a little bit more. You are getting in late on these cards. You have to understand that, because people have already gone out and bought. So just be careful with what you're buying. But I would say those two are decent. If I look at more cards, let's go to page number 2 here. Let's see another card. Like, so Timo Werner, right? I'm not gonna look at the player of the month, obviously, but I'm gonna be looking at the 88 inform. The 88 inform right now is 126,000 coins, and that's up a lot from Thursday. So if you can get in at 120ish, remember the other night I bought 2 on video and 2 off video. I was able to sell all of them at 120 plus, so it was really good profit there. If you can get this card on the low of the fluctuation at 120, that's still fine for me. And same thing on Xbox, man. You still want to get 120 for both consoles, in my opinion. Now another card, actually, I'm just gonna show you guys. This Schultz card is gonna do well, I think, on Thursday. I think people are gonna want to use this card as an alternative, because we only have one left back in Alphonso Davies. So this card's actually dipped off a little bit on its peak. So if you can get anything under 105 to 110 on PS, I like it. And then 100k and under probably for Xbox too. I like that. Another card I like is the Costa. And I have a few other investments that are kind of under the radar for this, but I would get 140 for Da Costa. Now, he was 155 today, so like I said, if I can see where he's gone to at certain points of the day, but then all of a sudden he goes back down at times, that's going to be decent. So actually on the market, he's actually higher right now. He's 158. But this gives me a situation where I can actually go onto the market, and because the FUTBIN price says 145, I can probably see if somebody undercuts that price, and I can get a good deal on him. So look at the cost of 145-ish, 140, and then Xbox, go like 120. 120, you're pretty safe. Another card I want to look at is this Wendell card. Now, this Wendell really rarely goes below 40,000 coins. It did hit a low on May 13th, but it has kind of risen a lot. I think if you get under 40,000 coins with a shadow, guys, again, you guys gotta get with shadows and hunters on those specific cards. This guy under 40k I think would be fun, and 45 on Xbox would be good. Again, like I want to reiterate with you guys are getting in at a late point. So I know people want to buy some last minute investments, and if you guys want to, take the risk and buy at lower prices. Will you sell Thursday? Well, it obviously depends on how much higher they do rise. For example, if this guy goes to 55k by Wednesday night, I might take the coins on that. With Schultz, if he goes to 145, take the coins. If Lewandowski's 93 inform, if he goes to like 180, take the coins. Like, these are prices that I think are people over investing, and they're all going to try to sell on that day on Thursday. And that's what happens, guys. It's like, and I'm going to talk about Serie A specials on tomorrow's video, because I want you guys to get in early enough before the promo even comes out, so I can get you guys prepared for that. So those are a few players you guys could be looking at. Cunha is also another guy that's up a lot, actually. So that's another card that if you guys wanted to, like 120 on PS, 110 on Xbox, you guys are going to have to undercut it by 10k, unfortunately, because everything is up. Now, is there going to be a little bit of panic window on Wednesday? Possibly. That could be a good opportunity to get in again on stuff. Could it be a panic window tomorrow? Possibly, right? The best time to always buy cards is between 5 to 7 p.m. UK, depending on the content that does come out. So, I also imagine that the market dropped off a little bit today because of the upgrades, but then they rebounded because the upgrades aren't paying out too much. When the upgrades aren't paying out as much, it allows the market to actually go up again. Because people are not going to be selling more things to go and do more upgrades. Because again, right, you're buying players to put into SBCs to get untradeable value back. So you're not getting anything that's like giving you more coins. So obviously that would take coins away from the market if the upgrades were good. But I don't see many more people doing those upgrade packs until Thursday. I don't think the Bundesliga has that kind of hype in that. So I wouldn't really look. I would expect the market to probably be up tomorrow, and I would expect it to be a little weird on Wednesday, especially with the guarantee coming out. We'll discuss that in tomorrow's video. Other than that, I'm trying to think of other Bundesliga specials that you guys can be looking at. I'm going to go on the page. Well, you're on the page right now, obviously. If we go on back, if we go back and just check real quick, some other specials, I'll give you, oh, Havertz, that's a good one. Havertz is currently like 400k on the market, so I'm expecting this birthday card to go up. He is 150, but he's not up as much as other people are. Like, he's only up about 13,000 coins at the moment. So this is actually one of the more successful cards. He's his team of the season is what price? It's about 377. So yeah, that's not bad for him. He's only a +4, so I think 140 for this, 145, and this at 150 is fine by me. I like both of those, to be honest. Actually, at the moment with 1 minute left, if that's an Xbox price, that's up a little bit. Yeah, that's up on Xbox, but on PS, you guys can get involved at 145 on Kai Havertz. Let's go back and look at some other cards, some Bundesliga specials. Neuer's going to do well. I think the lack of a goalkeeper, I don't think people are going to be using in this team a Sommer. I don't think they're going to use Herdecki. I think if you want a German card as a goalkeeper, this 90 inform is going to do well. And maybe even the 89 will do well as well. He's 88,000 coins. Not really up a ton from Friday. Up about 10,000 coins. 84, 85 for that Neuer is not too bad on both consoles. That should rise. I would be actually shocked if he didn't rise, because there is some center backs from the Bundesliga like Ginter, like Hummels, right? Those are some German links that if people are going to be using those players, you can see those rise. Sancho also has a card that should rise this Thursday. As long, guys, this is obviously as long as they're not over invested in, and you have to be the judge of that. You have to see, like, okay, if I bought at 140 and the guy's 185, like, you gotta get that out. That's just too many people are investing before Thursday. So, you know, for me, Sancho, again, he's up a lot right now, right? So Friday, he was 103k on Friday. He's up at 140. So in my opinion, 135 and then 125 on Xbox, you're kind of really late on that Sancho. So if you want to find those prices, you can sit on those cards. If you want to, you can sit on those cards for 10 minutes and probably find someone to undercut. 100%. If you snipe Jadon Sancho's Road to the Final card for like 135 and under, and you just sit there for like 10-15 minutes, I'm sure you're going to find one that gets popped up. Even if you had to settle at 137, 138, it's still an undercut. Other than that, Scream Muller may rise a little bit because of the Thomas Muller team in the season, but I don't see many people using him. I love Garrett. I love Coleman. I love Coleman, and I also like Gnabry's left wing man of the match card. And the reason why I like these left wings is because if you look at the team this season, besides Kostic, who else is a left winger in this team? Nobody. If people want to use a front three, you know, and he's not even up that much either, guys, this is a great opportunity, in my opinion, to get in on a Coleman. This is actually, you guys can buy this, and I think this would rise. He's hit 130, and then he went down to 116. So if I take a look at Coleman on the market, right, I want to show you guys like how good this card actually might get. It's already an 18-minute video. God damn. I've been doing so many long videos recently. I do apologize, guys. But if we look at Coleman, right, he's about 128 right now. Find that around 120. Like, that's, for me, that's pretty good. Left wing, 4-star skill moves, France, 95 pace. I like that. Bayern links as well. Gets the link to Muller. Gets the links to Davies. Remember, Davies is a left back. You can use a 4-3-3, the left back and the left wing combined. And then you can also look at Gnabry as well. There's two cards here that also could do well. And I don't know if a lot of people are thinking of these two cards. So, for me, I like that. I really do. Not the right wing version of Gnabry. I think he might rise a little bit. But I'm really looking at the left wing version. That's what I'm looking at. Because of the lack of left wings in the league so far, I like that. So, take a look at this Gnabry. I think he's around, what is he, 90k? How much is this card? He's up a lot. Wait a second. Give me a left wing. Hold on one second. How much are you? Okay, he's about 92k. And if we take a look at his graph, 92k for Gnabry. And I don't care how I pronounce his name, by the way. I was getting some stink in my chat earlier today. The way that I was pronouncing his name. He's up from like 78,000 coins. So, for me on Xbox, 72, 73. And then on PS4, like anything under 90, I think is alright. Because of the lack of left wings, I think those cards could definitely do well. So we'll have a more full in-depth Thursday flipping guide probably on Wednesday, as if the market goes terribly. If the market goes down a lot, I'm going to give you guys a lot of investments for this Thursday because the market should rise. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Comment, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll talk to you guys in a video soon. Peace out.